The app that everybody seems to be talking about. It's called Clubhouse, okay? It's an exclusive social network which offers its users the chance to join in on conversations audio only. Celebrities like Drake, they've been popping into some of these conversations.
Have they truly been popping in? Has anyone heard them?
Nobody's popped into mine.
Well, okay, so joining us now to talk about all the buzz, the social media expert and founder of Elevator Studio, Dan Fleischman. Good to see you, Dan.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
Okay, so talk to us about Clubhouse. A lot of us have no idea how this works. And is it really true that these celebs are popping in, or is that just a way to hook people?
No, it's definitely true. I have rooms where I have business entrepreneurs next to Paris Hilton. Then it's Meek Mill, and then Tiffany Haddish.
Wow.
And so you'll have rappers, influencers, celebrities, business people, real estate, people talking about aliens all in the same room. It's wild.
So explain this to me, because I got invited and I was like, what the heck is this? What am I being invited to? I didn't know anything about it, and you can't just join. You have to literally be invited, right?
Yes, it's still an invite-only app. So when you get on there, you get either 0 or up to 3 invites that you can give to your friends. And so there's only around 4 or 5 million users now, and maybe 1 to 2 million that are actually daily active users. And so when you're on there, it's kind of like an interactive podcast. Imagine you're listening to a podcast, but instead of just one person on stage, there'll usually be 3, 4, 5, or as many as 50 or 60 sometimes up on what's called the stage. And so you'll be in the audience, and we can raise our hands, get beamed up onto the stage. All of a sudden, we're talking with Paris Hilton or an FBI agent or a real estate agent or anybody in between about whatever questions we want to ask them.
It kind of sounds like a newer, improved version of A Small World. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
Yeah, right? So when did the app initially debut, and how can folks, I guess, find the value in it?
So it came out last April, but it really got big about 8 weeks ago in December. That's when it took off. There were certain business people like Gary Vaynerchuk and then Paris Hilton, all these different characters started getting on there. And once they get on there and they're posting across Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat, etc., about the fact that they're on Clubhouse, then the buzz started happening. I call it turning a snowball into an avalanche, right? Snowball started and the avalanche happened.
Okay, what are people talking? So I'm just trying to figure, is this a audio version of LinkedIn? You go on to network and possibly get a job, learn about a topic?
So that's one part of it. But last night, I was listening to an FBI agent for 2 hours. And the FBI agent is talking about how he was interrogating people in a foreign country. And then right before that, I was in a real estate room. And then as you're scrolling through what's called the hallway, in the hallway, you can see all these different rooms. You can pop in and pop out. Imagine popping in and popping out of different podcasts, except you can actually talk with those people about anything, literally from aliens to real estate to cultural events, TV shows. When Elon Musk came in there, the app almost broke because everybody was trying to get Elon Musk. And then Zuckerberg pops in. It's just wild.
Wow, Zuckerberg too. So how do you go from just listening to actually talking to them? Do you have to get in queue, or how does that work?
Sure. So there's an audience area. So usually let's say there's 1,000 people in the audience. So the 3 of us are in the audience. And then on stage, let's say there's 5 speakers on the stage. One of them can be a moderator, or all 5 of them could be a moderator. And a moderator can beam us up, right? We can raise our hand, or they can just pick us from the crowd, bring us up onto the stage also. So let's say there was 5. Now they bring all 3 of us.
Yeah.
So now there's 8. And then we can ask them questions, talk, etc. If they want to move us back to the audience so we can't talk, they can. The moderators have full control. And then we can ask them questions, interact, stay there for 5 minutes, or stay there for, I had a room that lasted for 101 hours one time.
So you have 78,000 followers here. Well, let me ask you this. Why not open this up to everybody? Why is it so exclusive?
So at some point they will. It's the bandwidth. So what happens is right now they don't even have Android. Clubhouse is only on iOS. And so they just physically can't handle it yet. They just got $100 million more funding a few weeks ago. So now they got some money. It's time to start building their platform. Yeah. And then once they do what we call it, roll it out to the masses, where it's going to be in every single country and everybody can jump in. It's going to be fascinating to watch because so many people are addicted now, literally addicted.
Yeah.
People are using it for 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours at a time. It's wild. When they actually start getting 10 million, 100 million, 500 million users on there, I'm fascinated to see what happens.
I feel like it's a generational thing,
Yeah,
too.
but it's also kind of like merging, say, Twitter and a podcast together with a live audience. It's just, it's a new platform. It's very fascinating.
Dan, thank you so much for being here to talk about it. We'll have you back as it continues to grow, for sure.
Thank you.
All right, stay tuned. It's 8:52.